I'm Evelyn and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are building or decorating an apartment, and this one is in, I don't remember, 910 Medina Studios, something like that. The number is up in the upper left corner. I just can't read it because it's too small. I did not check in game before starting this voiceover, so please bear with me, but the address is up in the upper left corner, and this is in the arts quarters of said Myshuno as well. So it's one of those apartments that I rarely ever decorate, and it is simply because the windows in this apartment are placed in such an annoying way that the floor planning is just, it always turns out a little bit quirky in some kind of way. At least in my experience it does. So I tend to stay away from this apartment quite often, but I wanted to decorate an apartment for just one or two Sims, and I really wanted it to be in a Scandinavian style because I am Scandinavian myself, I'm Danish, and I love this kind of interior style. It's very homey to me. It's something that I recognize, and in my own apartment, for example, even though my apartment is a little bit darker than this one turned out to be, but still, there's also several different color schemes you can go for when it comes to Scandinavian apartments, and today we are going for white with light gray and then light wood tones as well. I was initially trying to use this flooring from Jungle Adventure, but then it hit me that I've used this flooring for the past like 3 apartments or so I decided to go for another one. But that flooring basically just ended up making this apartment even brighter, so I'm not too mad about it, but I do love this flooring quite a lot. It actually looks like the flooring in my old apartment that I lived in before I moved to Scotland. The current apartment I live in it's still kind of like raw flooring, but it's not as raw as the flooring from Jungle Adventure. The one we're going for is definitely a little bit polished. It is this one. It's from base game, so the texture on it is actually surprisingly nice considering it's from base game, because I feel like a lot of the base game items that we have, including wallpapers and also other floorings, are kind of, the textures are not as good as they are now. Like, newer items are really beautiful and detailed and, you know, that sort of stuff. But a lot of the older items that we have in base game are slightly blurry, and they have a sort, like, you can spot that it's from base game. The same counts for get together items, unfortunately. Even though I love a lot of those items, they still look a little bit outdated. But this flooring is really nice, so I actually use it fairly often, I feel, also because it comes in a lot of different swatches. So I do want to point out that this is definitely not like a standard Scandinavian apartment in any way. It's definitely a pricier place. So it's a very big apartment. It has a very big kitchen and also a proper dining area and also a fairly big living room area, and the bedroom as well is pretty big. So it is a bit of a pricier kind of apartment if this was actually in Scandinavia, or if this was actually like a real life apartment. It would cost a lot of money. But fortunately, we are decorating it in The Sims, so it's all good. It's all fine. Your Sims should be able to afford this apartment. I think they only have to pay for the furniture when they move in, and then the rent will pretty much stay the same, even though you may add more electronics to the apartment or more lights, even though, trust me, you don't need more lights in this apartment. But I think the rent still stays the same, even though you do add these items. I don't think, because you don't pay bills, you just pay the rent. Like, if you were living in a house in The Sims and you suddenly added 5 new televisions or something like that, the bills would probably go up a little bit, but I don't think it works like that when it comes to apartments. I think the rent just stays the same, so it's like 600 per week or something like that. I don't fully remember the pricing, but I think the rent does stay the same, just like it does in real life, so I guess that is sort of realistic. But yeah, this would definitely be a bit of a pricier place in real life, so the rent would be pretty high up there, just saying. Or the price for the apartment, if you're buying it, would be pretty up there too, but we can always just spoil our Sims just a little bit. So yeah, I do hope you guys will like this apartment. You tend to like when I make Scandinavian apartments, actually. So I hope this one is no different. I hope you guys will enjoy it. It's also in an apartment that I don't often decorate. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you want to see this one in the save file. I'll definitely swap out whatever apartment I put here. I honestly don't remember because it's been such a long time since I decorated this apartment. Like I said, I never touch this apartment, so I don't remember what I have decorated here, or it might possibly be for like a single mom or something, but I already have like 1 or 2 other single mom apartments inside Myshuno, so I don't really know. Let me know if you want to see this one in the save file, and I'll definitely swap it out with whatever I put in this apartment. And yeah, so we are going into the Christmas days. My sister is coming to visit tomorrow, so I am going to be pre-recording a few videos today, which means that the next videos that'll be up on the channel will be shorter ones. I think I may possibly have time to do an apartment for Wednesday, or Thursday, I don't remember. And then there should also be a shell challenge going up at some point next week, by the way, so we're starting a new round of those because you guys really loved doing the other one, and I loved going through the entries as well, so I can't wait to do that. And yeah, I'll give you guys a little bit of extra time for this one, I think. And I really wanted to start it here during Christmas because I know that a lot of you will actually have time off school and also work, so you'll have time to enter this challenge because maybe you didn't for the last one. So there'll be one of those starting next week as well, but I don't remember what day, but I'll be recording that today. So yeah, and other than that, if you got any tutorials you want me to do, like if there's any specific trick or anything like that you want me to make a tutorial on, let me know too, because I am totally up for recording some of those kinds of videos as well. And yeah, other than that, I'll just be doing builds and a little bit of everything. I am so excited for the new year too. I want to go just like full on, full out. I don't really know how to say that, but I want to go crazy with the YouTube channel. I want to change it just a slight bit. There'll still be a lot of speed builds up every week, but I want to do more than that. And I can't wait to get started with that as well. So it's going to be exciting, and yeah. But as you can see right now, the common areas are kind of coming together. So we have the dining area done, I think. I think I also managed to finish the living room area. So everything with apartments like this, or with this kind of Scandinavian style, I like to not make them too overcluttered. I like to not put the furniture too close together, so just like fill up the entire apartment with furniture. I like there to be space, so that is what I'm going for today as well. I did put the dining table at an angle because I wanted to use one of the bigger ones and I didn't want it all up against the wall, so I put it at an angle here, but that also means everyone sitting at the dining table could technically look out the window and look at the view, even though the Sims don't do that, but they technically could. Like if you think about it, if you think about real life people sitting in those chairs, they could look out the window and look over the view, and it'll probably be really pretty, or maybe they'll just be looking at the building across from this building. I honestly don't remember what the view looks like from this apartment, but I'm guessing since there's like corner windows like that, it must be nice. And then I think the kitchen is also done. I did put a computer by the kitchen as well because I had a small corner where I would either have put bookcases there or a computer or both, so I decided to go with both. So they just have a small computer area there, so I didn't have to put the computer in the bedroom, basically. So yeah, I hope that's okay, even though the placement is a little bit questionable, but it's fine. I mean, where do people have computers in their houses? I honestly don't remember. I think my dad had his in the living room for the longest time. I think my mom has hers in her bedroom, and I have an office. So it's kind of like, I don't know, depends on the person, I suppose. But since I had that empty wall, I decided to, instead of just putting bookcases there, I would have put a computer too. So I don't think the Sim that lives in this apartment, or the Sims, it could be two, I don't think they work on computers, so I don't think like a proper office setup is the most important thing to them. I think for gameplay purposes, though, it's nice to have one, so I just wanted to make sure that the household would have one. But we've moved on to the bedroom now, and for this bedroom, I honestly decided to just keep it simple. They have a bed. There's like a fair amount of decor behind the bed, I do want to say that. I love using that little picture with the leaves on it, because it's super minimalistic, and I like to use it in different swatches. So the frame has a different color, so I like to mix the dark brown with the medium brown and then with the white, because it just looks, I don't know, it looks pleasing to me. And then also if you put a lot of plants in the room, it kind of makes the green in the picture pop a little bit, and I like how that looks. It makes everything kind of come together. So when it comes to Scandinavian apartments, I definitely use that picture quite often and multiple times. And then over here on that wall, I didn't really know what to do, so I decided to go for one of those pictures. It's not really a picture, it's like a tapestry in a frame, but I thought it would go really well with the rug that I chose in here too. So they kind of have a similar pattern. And yeah, the rug, by the way, is from Laundry Day, in case you're curious. It's one of my absolute favorite rugs. I kind of want a rug like that in real life, or one of the rugs from City Living that comes in like a beige and black swatch. It's also got a similar sort of pattern on it. I want one of those kinds of rugs for my own living room area, but unfortunately it's kind of difficult to find one with the right measurements, so I'm still struggling with that, but I love those kinds of rugs. I think they are gorgeous. So, and then for the bathroom, we're just keeping it simple. There's some clutter in here. I'm using the picture again, obviously. And I did put the hamper because I did place laundry machines in here, but I did put the hamper in the bedroom. So I do want to point that out. So you may sometimes have to move the laundry from the bathroom to the hamper here in the bedroom, but I hope that's okay. I just couldn't really fit one in here without having to move stuff around, so that is the solution that I came up with. And we're keeping it simple in here, that's not black, gray and white, and that's pretty much about it. So it looks super Scandinavian. If I would have done anything differently, I would have changed the colors of the doors, but I also wanted the doors to match the front door. And it's actually not that uncommon in older apartments, especially, to have these colored doors. At least we had in my old apartment. So, but anyways, that's about it for today. So if you guys like this apartment, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. If there are any other apartment themes you want me to try out, please let me know in the comment section. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!
Now